Hey y'all, what's up? It's me, Goddess Chi. Just woke up and I decided to share my dream because it was really horrible. I'm not only sharing it because it's horrible, but it's my dream and it's one that kind of has an effect on me. Well, it's making me wonder why I even dreamed it and what was the reasoning for it. Like, I don't know. It was horrible, really horrible. Um, Before I get into it, I do want to put out there that today is the actual KKK rally that they're having downtown Memphis. And from what I was told, these KKK members aren't even from Memphis. They came to Memphis to hold their rally and speak or whatever, but they have every right to do that. I could honestly care less. I'm not a part of it. It's what they want to do. It's plenty of hate groups out there, plenty of groups that think, plenty of groups and races that think they're superior. White people aren't the only ones. You got your black people that are out there like that as well. And my question is, where are all the so-called black people that think white people are the devil? They're invading your city right now. So what are you gonna do? But on the other hand, they do have people down there that are protesting against them, and there's plenty of police officers down there. I'm so glad I didn't have to work down there tonight. I don't want to be down there. I just don't want to be around that at all. Anything could pop off and anything could happen, and I'm just happy I'm not around it. But yeah, I guess it'll go down in their history, whatever. Hey. Anyway, my dream. So, okay, I was with my sister and we were over my best friend TK house. I don't know why we were over there. I think TK was about to do my hair, or I was about to do her hair or something, but we were all laying in the bed watching something on TV. And we were just laying there, and TK were doing some weird moves with her, like she was doing some weird stretches with her legs. And it was really pretty because it was like maybe she was a ballerina or something. Like she was moving her legs weird ways. And I was taking my hair down. Like, I had my hair braided, and I was in the midst of taking it down, and yeah, she was supposed to be doing my hair. So I was taking my hair down, and I had a cup of water sitting next to her bed. And my sister Wuchi left, and TK got up for some reason, and she started moving her bed around, like straightening up her room. And she knocked over the cup of water that I had on the table. So we had to clean this shit up. And in the midst of that, I started to feel like I started to fantasize about eating vagina. I was literally like moving my tongue, like doing the motions that you would do if you're eating vagina. And it felt like I actually had a vagina in my mouth, but I didn't. I was just fantasizing about it in my dream, and some kind of way, while I'm fantasizing about this, and I'm like really just getting into it, and I get so into it that I end up in a car, and we're on TK was driving, and we end up on Highway 55 coming towards South Haven from Memphis. So I think you will be going south? No, I think north. Anyway, 55 coming towards South Haven. So yeah, south. Anyway, we were going this way, and it seemed as though traffic, like there were some people coming this way, and they were starting to wreck. And it was raining as well. Like, I'm thinking like, why are people on this side of the interstate when they should be on, the left side? People that are on the left side are now driving on the right side of the interstate, crashing into other people, and it was like 18 wheelers crashing and everything. So once I realized what was going on, my fantasy of me eating the vagina kind of slowed down. Like, I was in the midst of eating the clitoris part, and like I was really like literally eating it, because once I started to focus on these crashes and all this shit that was going on the interstate, the vagina went away, and there was like a piece of skin left, and I just like blew it out of my mouth, which is fucking weird. I just blew it out of my mouth, and I was like, oh my God, people are driving on the wrong way, they're crashing and all this kind of stuff, we got to get out of here. So once we did that, TK was driving, and we ended up at some crazy part of the neighborhood. Like, this neighborhood is not even in South Haven. I felt like we were in some back alley way connected to some industrial warehouse or some shit, crazy shit like that. It was a whole bunch of gates, and it was like a whole bunch of signs saying like warning, caution, and all this kind of stuff. So TK was like maneuvering through the gates trying to get in there, and like I'm just thinking to myself, why are we going in here through all of this shit? So some kind of way she disappeared, and I'm left, by myself. And I seen these two like hillbilly looking white guys, and one was kind of heavy set, one was blonde head and kind of skinny, the other one was just like kind of tall and really, really thin. And they asked me, the fat guy asked me, he was like, do you know where you at, girl? And I was like, nah, I'm trying to get up out of here. I don't know where I'm at. I'm trying to go. And so I see my car. My car is like on the other side of the parking lot. So I see my car, and I have my baby with me. Like, some kind of way I ended up with a baby. So I got my baby with me, and I'm running to my car. And, before I start running to my car, I see like some little black kids just standing there smoking cigarettes, and they passing it around to each other like it ain't no thing. Like, they like 4 and 5 and 6 years old over there smoking cigarettes, passing it around. And I'm like, okay, this is weird. And then as I'm on my way to the car, I'm running with my baby like, I gotta get up out of here. I don't know where I'm at. I gotta go. My car turns itself on, and it was like red lights beaming from it, like it was evil or some shit. I don't know. But somebody called my name. My manager, Jason, at my job, he called my name, and he was like, Chi-Chi, is that you? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, hold on. And it like he had a box of something, so he was like running towards me. But then all of a sudden, that box turned into a machete. Now, as I'm running to my car, trying to, like, I finally got in, but then also there were like a couple of black guys running towards the car from the other end, I guess to try to come and attack me or take my car or rob me or whatever. And then there was also another black guy behind me coming to do the same thing. So I finally got in the car, but I got in on the passenger side. I jumped in through the damn window, still holding my baby. So one guy, I don't know how the car started moving, but one guy reached in the window from the driver's side, and he was telling me, here, take this. But he was telling me to take it in a way like it's gonna harm me. So he was like, here, take this shit, take it. And I was like, nah, I'm not gonna take that shit. And while he's telling, like, while this guy's over in the driver's side doing this shit to me, there's also a guy on the passenger side who is like really all up in my face, like trying to abuse me and abuse my baby and trying to take my baby and telling me I need to shut up, I shouldn't have came here, I'm in the wrong spot, I done fucked up, he gonna hurt me, he gonna do all these different things to me. And like, he was trying to like touch me and molest my baby, but I didn't feel his hands on me. So my attention went back to the other guy who looked, at first it looked like he had a lighter, and I was gonna snatch, whatever it was, I was trying to snatch it out of his hand to hit him with it. So the lighter ended up turning into a knife. So I tried to snatch the knife out of his hand and stab him, but the damn knife fell. So while all of this is going on, some kind of way the car is moving, and it's like moving in a circular motion, like, like they're doing donuts, like the car was doing donuts. I don't know, I thought I was making the car move, I thought I had my foot on the gas, but I'm over in the passenger seat. I don't know, it was some weird shit. But the car was, somebody had their foot on the gas. The car was going in a circular donut type motion, but it was moving really slow, like it was in the wrong gear. That's what it seemed. That's how it sounded, like it was in the wrong gear. All right, so after that, after all that shit, what the hell happened? I ended up, I ended up somewhere. I'm still in like this big ass, like where I'm at. I started to realize where the hell I was at. I was just like in a, yeah, they were taking me. Like I don't know. I was in like this warehouse was just filled with corrupted black people, black children. Like it was just so corrupted. Like everybody in there were murderers, killers. They were homeless. Like their minds were just so like they were. If you could picture or imagine how the worst people are in the worst ghettos, in the worst hood times 100. Those were the type of people that was in this warehouse. They were all living there and just fucking corrupting each other. Like all the women were getting raped, all the kids were getting beaten on, hurt, all the men were just like, it was horrible. Like there was some really sad shit to see. And the whole time I still have my baby. And every man that I walked past tried to rape me. Like it was just so sad. They tried to take my baby, and at one point somebody snatched my baby out my hand, and I was crying like, why are you doing this? Stop. You know, I'm trying to fight them off of me. They were just calling me all kind of bitches and hoes and saying I ain't like just really talking bad to me. So I finally, you know, I'm keeping my eye on my baby, and I'm trying to fight through them and trying to make sure I keep my eye on my baby, so wherever my baby ends up, I can go and try my best to grab my baby. So I grabbed my baby, and the whole time the baby ain't crying. It ain't doing none of that. It's just the baby constantly has her eyes on me. So I finally get my baby, and I'm just walking, and I'm crying, and I'm trying to find a way out, and I'm just walking past so many different people, so many different black people that are just so fucking corrupted, and like they seemed like they were comfortable being where they were. And so I ended up in this big ass auditorium, and it seemed like everything was just okay. Like they were about to put on a show. They were about to put on like some type of jamboree hair / fashion show, and like all these people, all these corrupted people, in some way we're getting trained, and we're about to be a part of this show and put it on. And I was just like, what kind of sick shit is this? So I'm still, you know, trying to find my way out, and I run across this girl, and I think she was like an assistant or worked in the office part of this whole thing. And I'm sitting in some kind of way. I end up in a highway, and I'm just sitting there with my baby, and I'm just crying, and I'm just like, I want to leave. I gotta get away out of here. Somebody help me. I need to get out of here. I refuse to stay here. And the girl saw me, and she was just looking at me like, wow. And then this guy walked past me. This black guy I went to school with. His name is Morris. Real life. I went to school with him. His name is Morris. He walked past me, and I was like, that's the dude that was trying to rape me. And I was just going off on saying, you know, that's the guy that was attacking me and all this kind of shit. He was the reason why I'm here and all that kind of bullshit. I was just going off. And I was like, fuck it. Go ahead and kill me now. I give up. I'm done. I'm done. And everybody was looking at me like, you shouldn't have said that. Like, why are you, you know, putting him on blast for being the one that hurt you and all this kind of stuff? Why are you doing it? So I'm just like, I don't care. I get really quiet, and my baby disappears, and I'm sitting like in the hallway again in front of this wall, and Morris is over there, like to the right of me, sitting at another wall. He pissed me off so bad. So I walked up to him and I grabbed him by the neck and I just kept slamming his head up against the wall. And I was just going off saying, why did you do this to me? Why did you bring me here? Just, until he was dead. And there was like blood everywhere. And the girl that I met that was sitting there watching me the whole time, she got rid of his body and she threw over some red paint and a paintbrush and told me to act like, I was painting. So I did that. And after that, I got up and I got my baby, and she was like, if you really want to leave, then, follow me. It's something that you got to do. And I was like, all right, what I got to do? I just need to get the hell up out of here. So she was like, pretty much all you have to do. She took me to the preacher. And then we went into this room, and the preacher was a big-ass, fat, black, old-ass preacher that was laying in the bed, asleep. She was like, all you have to do is confess your sins to him and tell him that you accept Jesus as your Savior and all this kind of stuff. And I was like, whatever, I'll say that bullshit just so I can get up out of here. So I went to him and I was like, I really feel like, if I get out of here, this is telling me that I need to give my life to Jesus, and I'm hoping for a better life. So I really want to get out of here. I'm just saying all the bullshit that I think he wants to hear, but the whole time he was asleep. And not to mention he had like babies around him. And I'm like, what the hell? But I still had my baby in my hand. And after I said that, the girl escorted me out. And when I got escorted out, I'm walking out into the parking lot and I'm seeing all of these cars that have just been fucked up, like lined up. Like there was a big ass machine that had the cars wrapped up in like plastic and set them in the parking lot like next to each other, like in a line. Like you can tell like these were cars from all the people that had been victims of what I was going through, or what I had just went through. So I finally made it to my car and she was like, don't get so happy about your car, because look, when I made it to my car, that junk was busted up. They had taken everything out. No tires, no insides, no seats, no, like all that was left was pretty much was the fucked up body of the car. Like from far away, it looked like my car was okay and I can get in it. But when I got up close, hell no, there was nothing there. So I'm just sitting there with my baby and I'm talking to, I think I was starting to talk to my sister, and I was talking to the girl again. And I don't know what we were talking about. We were talking about the whole experience, I think. And I was just like, I don't know why I went through that. I'm just glad my baby is here. My baby is hungry. Can you please go get my baby something to eat? Because all of that which happened, that happened within 3 days. And I was like, my baby hasn't eaten in 3 days. And I'm like, I don't even remember giving birth to this baby, so I can't put my nipple in my baby's mouth and give him no breast milk, because I don't even know if I have breast milk. Can you please go and get my baby some food, get her something to eat? And then out of nowhere, another child comes around, and it's my other daughter, and she looked like she's about 2 years old. And I was like, I'm glad to see her. I know she's glad to see her little sister. I was like, give your little sister some hugs. We don't have nothing else. Let's just give each other some love right now. And that's what we did. And I don't know if my baby ever got the food or not, but I still held her. And then I was leaving out, and I saw my boyfriend. We were about to leave. This was like we were actually about to get off this fucking property, get out this area. And I saw my boyfriend. He was in a white Escalade. And he was happy to see me and all this kind of stuff. And I was like, all right, well, we finna go to the car. I'm gonna get in my car and we're gonna drive off and I'm gonna follow you. And he was like, all right. So he got in his Escalade and just sped off really fast, laughing. And I'm like, I'm running behind him like, hold on, let me get in my car. I'm finna follow you. And he pretty much just fucking took off. And then I looked back, and here come these crooked ass black people, these men trying to come at me again. So I was like, fuck it, I gotta get out of here. And then out of nowhere, I popped up at my job, my actual job. And now this is a whole nother day, a whole nother time, where I'm just feeling better. I done got over the situation that happened to me, but I'm very angry. Like, I'm no longer sad about it, but in this dream, I'm like that person that you don't need to say shit to, because I'm gonna snap right then and there. If I even feel like you got some type of negative energy that you're trying to push towards me, I'm gonna say something to you. Like, any little thing will make me snap. That's how I was at that point in time. So I went into my job, and there was these two foreign white girls, and we were walking, and I was coming to sit down, and they were like behind me, and they were talking about me, and I heard them say Chi Chi. So I turned around, and I was like, what the fuck are y'all talking about? I was like, why you got anything to say about me anyway? I was like, if you want to address me about anything, go right ahead. Don't stand behind me and talk shit about me. I'm like, if you're gonna talk to me, speak English and say that shit to me so I can understand you. We can hold a real deal conversation. I was like, I don't know. I was just going off on the girls, and then I walked up to the girl with the dark hair, and I grabbed her like this, and I started I banged her head one time, and then I walked up to the main girl that was really talking shit, and I was like, if you keep talking shit to me, I'm gonna do you like I did your friend. She in a 15-minute nap. I was like, but I'm gonna put your ass in a I'm gonna beat your. I said something to her. I was like, I'm gonna put you in a nap that's gonna have you 15 minutes from death. Some crazy shit. And she just looked at me like I was crazy, and she was like, oh, I'm sorry, I apologize. And my sister then was like, let's just go. Like, you too mad. We gotta get up out of here. And that was it. I just really thought that dream was crazy as fuck. I don't know why I dreamed. Well, as usual, I do know why I dream. Certain stuff in there is pretty much like a mirror. No, I wouldn't even say a mirror. Like a reenactment. A major, like a different reenactment of what some shit I'd experienced for real. Like, I guess these past few weeks or whatever. Some of the stuff even last night I experienced, but it was just in my dream. It was just like a dramatized reenactment of those certain situations. But I just wanted to put it out there, share my dream. I don't feel like writing it anymore. I used to write them all the time, but I like making the videos and talking about it. So if you have anything you want to say about the video, feel free to leave some comments, share your dreams. I would love to hear about your dreams and your opinion about mine. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.